Hi guys, it's your girl Jessie Q here and welcome to another video on my channel. Today's video is going to be a continuation of last week's video, which was a DIY cardboard shoe organizer that rotated, a rotating one. And it was really cool, it came out really well, and I really wanted to do a continuation of that. These days I am on, a bit of a recycling mood. I just really am looking for ways to reuse things that I already own, that I already have in my own home. And I thought, I already had some cardboard boxes around. Let me try to see if I can come up with a way to DIY some jewelry organizers, because I didn't really have a very good way to store my jewelry. So I did some very fun. Some of them were really easy, one of them was not, but I did about 3 for you guys, and I'm really excited with how they turned out, and I'm pretty sure you guys are going to love it as well. So just before we get into the video, of course, I just want to say, if this is your first time checking out one of my videos, hey, welcome to the Jessie Q family. It is really nice to have you here, and of course, do not forget to hit subscribe. Just hit that subscribe button down below, and also hit the bell icon so that you can be notified every time I post. I do videos every Wednesday, and my videos are about DIY, fashion, and lifestyle stuff. So yeah, let's get into this awesome video because I am really excited. We are going to do DIY cardboard jewelry organizers. Alright guys, so here I have just the items that I'm going to be using, and I'm using a roll of toilet paper and also a roll from a tissue paper. And I'm just going to measure and sort of cut out 2 little slits, and I'm doing it at a diagonal so that it would be peaked at 2 points and then lower at 2 points, if you all could understand, so that it sits comfortably here. And I'm just going to make sure it's trimmed if it needs to be trimmed a little more, so it sits much better. So that is good. The next step is to cover it with some fabric, and to do this I'm doing it the simple way. I'm just going to roll the roll onto the fabric just to get where it's going to reach. I'm going to draw that out, measuring it with a ruler, and cut it out. So now that I've cut it out, I'm going to go in with my hot glue gun, and I'm just going to stick the roll to one edge of the fabric, and I'm going to roll the roll I'm going to roll the toilet paper roll onto the fabric, making sure to keep it nice and smooth and taut. I'm going to put in some glue where necessary just to make sure that it's secure. What I want to do for the end is to just make sure that it is stuck well, and I'm going to do a hem out of glue by just gluing the edge before I stick it all together so that I can have a nice neat finish. So this is what my roll looks like now that it is finished, and I just want to cut all the excess fabric from it, and I'm going to do the same thing with the tissue paper roll. This is what they both look like. Now it's time to attach them. They're nice and neat, and I'm going to make sure that the seam for my toilet paper roll is to the back of the holder. just applying my hot glue now, and I'm going to stick it to the tissue paper roll. And guys, you want to make sure that it's stuck properly. So after you initially stick it, feel free to add some more glue just to make sure that it's secure. I'm going in with some ribbon here, and I'm just lighting the edges so that they don't fray. And I'm going to tie this around where the glue is just to give it a better look. And I'm making sure just to glue the ribbon in place so that it stays nice and neat. And I'm going to go in with a nice little bow for a very cute finish. Lastly, I am going to take the tray that I made from my desk DIY video, and that is what I'm using for the bottom of my jewelry holder, and I'm just going to stick it in place and ensure that it is well there. Alright, so for our second DIY, I am going to be doing a ring holder, and the remainder of the marbles that I had from the previous DIY, which was the rotating shoe organizer, I'm just going to fill that at the bottom of this bowl that I have spray painted silver just to match my aesthetic. I'm going to be taking some pieces, some scrap pieces of fabric, and I'm just going to roll it like so, making sure that it can fit in the bowl. I'm going to do about 4 or 5 pieces, and this would make the dividers for the rings. Here I'm now going in with a piece of fabric that I also cut to the width of the bowl, and I'm just going to go in, and I'm using a scissors to make it a little easier, and crease the fabric into the spaces between the excess fabric. For our third DIY, I've had this tray in my bedroom for a while, and I decided to also spray paint it silver. Here I have some excess cardboard that has already been covered in white, and I just cut it so that it fits within each of the baskets. And I also have some strips of cardboard, and I'm going to also cut that so that it fits into the basket. I'm just going to go in with a marker and measure out how I'm going to cut the smaller strips, and this is basically what I'm going to do just to make sure that it fits. And then I'm going to go in with some glue and glue it into place. As you can see, I've also done it on the second shelf, making sure that I had a little more space on that shelf. This is what it looks like finally. It came out really well, and as you can see, the other holders on the second shelf, and I've also used the rest of shelves just to store some other jewelry and also some hair products. So this is the jewelry storage that I have for all my necklaces. As you can see, it really isn't pretty. It is just an over the door rack, but because of the thickness of my door, it can't fit. So I decided to put it on the cords up there, and I know I probably shouldn't be doing that. And guys, remember I said that my ceilings are very low in my bedroom. So this is what I am working with here, and also a wire hanger, and you know, it's all jumbled and not very organized, and I just want to make something very cute. So this is what we're starting from, and let's see how far we can get. So these are going to be our basic materials, excluding all the glues and tapes and stuff that we have. That is over on the other side. I am going to make it out of this box. As you can see, this is my box for my sewing machine, and thankfully I kept this. So this is going to turn into our beautiful jewelry holder, and I just have here some black contact paper. I'm trying to use only materials that I have at home right now. So what I have here is some concrete nails, and these are going to be the hooks that I will use. I hope I can be able to use them. These are just some secondary hooks just in case, but they're really not a lot, so I hope I can use the concrete nails. But I had this at home, so let's see. This is a piece that was holding something inside of the machine box, so I'm going to use this as the template for what I want my holders themselves to be. Now it's kind of hard to explain right now, but I will get into it more later. This is just some glittery foam board that I had. I am not sure yet how I'm going to incorporate this, but I'll see. And I'll also be painting all the holders on the inside in red. This is just my mixing plate. You may have seen this in other DIYs. A foam brush. I also have a foam roller. My good old box cutter. Never fails me yet. And let's just go see the glues and stuff that I'll be using. So I will be using the little bit of white glue that I have remaining, as you can see, from the last DIY, which was the rotating shoe holder. That is all I have left. I found this wood glue, so if need be, I'll be using this. I only have one more, well, technically two more, but one more extra glue stick for my glue gun. So let's see how far we can get with all these glues that I have here, and of course my masking tape and also some clear tape. So these are what we're going to use, and let's get into the video. For our fourth and final DIY, I am going to close the box in and tape it into place, and I am going to cut the front face of the box on 3 sides as to make a door. I'm also going to cut some pieces of cardboard in the shapes and sizes of the various faces of the board, just to ensure that it is nice and safe. I'm also going to take some masking tape and tape up any areas that are not secured. Now I'm just going to attach the boards to the faces of the box. The boards have been attached, and I'm just going to go in with some masking tape and cover every edge of the box to ensure that it's nice and neat. Now I'm taking some excess boards, and I'm going to use the piece of cardboard as the template from before to cut out the various slides, and then I'm going to be covering the box with contact paper. As you can see, I have also added some guides that the slides are going to slide along, just to keep them in place and to keep some space between them to ensure that I have some way that I can pull it from. And I just want to make sure that they all fit properly, so I'm testing them out before I go further. Now I'm going to paint, and I've chosen to use red and black just to complement the aesthetic that I'm going for. And I've chosen not to paint the back face of the inside of the box simply because I didn't have enough paint. This is what these slides look like, and I'm going to be painting it black and also adding some red glitter foam board to the edge to make it look really pretty. So this is what the slides look like, and now I'm just going to add them to the rest. Alright guys, so that was our DIY this week, and I am really pleased with how everything turned out. As you can see, it looked really cool. I was able to do a lot with the cardboard pieces that I had, and I actually still have some left over, which is really cool. So of course you guys know I love being honest and open with y'all and giving y'all my honest feedback, so that's what I'm going to do now. Not very long, but just letting you know a few things. You know, it wasn't that difficult to be able to do them. The only real issue that I had was because the inside of the box was painted. When it's time for me to move the slides in and out, and yes, that's what I call the individual pieces, I call them slides. When it's time for me to move them in and out to be able to retrieve something that is stored inside of the big jewelry box, it sticks a bit, you know. That is an issue that I'm having. I think it also has to do with the fact that the slides are actually, you know, really exact for the size of the box that I used. So just a tip, if you guys are thinking of trying it, I would suggest that you make these slides slightly shorter, probably a ½ inch shorter than the inside of the box, just so you can make sure that you can move them freely, especially if you are going to paint the inside of the box as well. Now guys, you do not have to paint it. You can choose to use contact paper or whatever else your blessed heart desires to use. I just thought that paint would have been the easiest way. As I said, I most times do these things using items that I already have in my home, and I had a paint, so paint it was. The solution for that problem I have not totally figured out yet. What I've done so far is that I have used talcum powder, baby powder, just to dust the area to see if it would help. I don't think it really is helping. You know, I mean, it helps a little, but not really. I am thinking maybe Vaseline could work, but I'm not sure, and I haven't done it yet because I'm not sure if I want to put Vaseline in, you know, that area. You guys can let me know what you think is, you know, the best idea, or if you have an idea that I haven't thought about. I don't know. I'm open to suggestions on this one. So that was the only real issue that I had when it came to that. I think everything else was pretty good. For the individual organizers, you know, the cubes, it will obviously be better to do that in something such as a drawer where it is fully contained. However, I did not have a free drawer. What I had was that pink thing, and as you can see, it already has some holes in it. Thankfully, my earrings aren't that small, so they won't be falling through the holes. But if you are doing it, I suggest that you try using something that is fully contained, just so that nothing falls through any of the holes or anything. I think that came out really well. You guys can choose to cover the individual dividers, you know, with something else, make it look a little cuter. It was a real spur on the moment type of DIY. That one was not planned, the other two were. So I just literally saw the pieces of cardboard on the floor, and I was like, hey, you know, I could probably do something with this, and it just went from there. So I would suggest you probably cover it just to make it look a little cuter. But for me, I am okay with how it turned out, and you just want to make sure that they're nice and secure if you're doing it the same method that I did. So that was the only real issues that I had with this. The large jewelry box took really long to do. It really did take a very long time. I am not even going to front, guys. So you guys might notice that I started filming in my living room, and then I ended up in my bedroom, and then I ended up on my bed, and that's just because it took so long. So I was just moving around, and then I ended up on my bed where I was able to watch some TV while I worked. Yeah, so I just put on some TV and some music and just had fun doing it and taking my time. It took me about 7 hours to be able to do that box, and that was because of all the painting and all the individual gluing and individual sticking. It took really long. I'm in love with how it turned out. I think it looks really good and I'm really pleased. It's right next to my bed and all my nice jewelries are in it. So yeah, that turned out really great. I would like to say thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I have been doing these cardboard things, as you guys can see, and if that is something that you are interested in seeing more of, please just let me know in the comments down below or on my Instagram or on my Facebook page, as you guys have been doing so far. I really appreciate your feedback and I want to make sure that I'm making content that you actually want to see. So you guys can let me know and I will try to do more for you. I have this one planned. It's a really big one, so I really want to get the feedback to know if it's something that I should go ahead with or not. I have the Jessie Q website, that is my blog. Don't forget to check that out. That is at jessieq.co, jessieq.co, and also my design business website, that is at stitchedshoptt.com. And I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram, you would have seen this week I posted some really cute new stuff. So if you are interested in getting that order, please feel free to go to my Stitched website and you can get into contact with me to be able to do business orders. Thank you guys so much for spending this time with me, and until next time, namaste.